Dramatic turnaround in the India A versus Australia A, the second unofficial test that is happening at the Melbourne cricket ground. Initially, India had seemed to have made a comeback with a wonderful spell from Prasidh Krishna when he took 4 wickets, and India restricted Australia A's lead to about just 62 runs. But now, in yet another spectacular batting collapse, India A have been reduced to 73 for 5. And the worst part amongst this is the mode of dismissals yet again. And the biggest talking point is going to be KL Rahul's dismissal to Corey Rocchiosoli. Now, this is what happened. KL Rahul had done all the hard work after Abhimanyu Ishwaran yet again failed. So now for 4 consecutive innings now, Abhimanyu Ishwaran has not gotten the scoreboard ticking. He had done all the hard work against a very disciplined bowling effort from Scott Boland, survived the early spell and ensured that he went to 10 runs of 43 balls. In came the off spin of Corey Rocchiosoli. Now, Corey Rocchiosoli, if you look at it even from his under 19 days also, he's not been that much of a big spinner of the ball. But then what happened? This reel that KL Rahul, that what Cricket Australia shared, the dismissal that was there was very, very embarrassing. Rocchiosoli bowled a ball on the good length area. It spun in not by much. KL Rahul thought that the bounce that was going to be there at the MCG would take the ball over the stumps. But then on the middle and leg stump line, KL Rahul let it go. The ball just sneaked in between and it knocked the bails out. This was a very embarrassing dismissal, and even KL Rahul would like to whitewash that dismissal totally. If you look at the Melbourne cricket ground, not such good memories for KL Rahul, because he had done a 0, he had done a single digit score, and in this also fell for 4 and also now out for 10. KL Rahul's dismissal will once again give all the critics a lot of ammunition, because if you look at what is happening with Rohit Sharma not playing in the first test match, most likely he's not playing the first test match. Who's your opener? With Yashasvi Jaiswal. Abhimanyu Ishwaran and KL Rahul are the options. Now, Abhimanyu Ishwaran at this stage, he also has not done well in both the innings, in all the 4 innings that he's played in Australia. KL Rahul, in the 2 innings that he's played, he's not done well at all. You now have a problem. If you promote KL Rahul to open, there is a huge risk you're taking. One, it could mean KL Rahul's test journey could be over if he fails in Perth. If he does well, then what about the others who are there in the middle order? Because once Rohit is back, you're going to push KL Rahul back in the middle order. He's had success in the past. Now, the past is a very distant dream altogether. You have to live in the present at this point in time. KL Rahul's dismissal to Corey Rocchiosoli has meant that now there is a huge issue. His confidence looks totally shot. His confidence is not where it should be. Does he have the bargaining power to say, no, I don't want to be in the top order? No. He has to do what he has to do. So that is why in the India A versus Australia A series, it is really a huge problem that you're staring at, because Ishwaran has not done well. Abhimanyu Ishwaran hasn't done well. Your top order hasn't done well at all. Rituraj Gaikwad has failed yet again. Again, only Dhruv Jurel seems to be in good touch. Now, Jurel might be there as only a batter in the Australia series. Let's make no mistake about it. Unless there is an injury to Rishabh Pant, only then will Dhruv Jurel serve as the keeper. But at this point in time, Dhruv Jurel's batting gives the Indian management a lot of confidence. But where will he bat? Should he replace Sarfaraz? Because Sarfaraz didn't have a good run in the New Zealand series for 5 out of the 6 innings. He had won 150, but apart from that, it was a very barren patch that Sarfaraz had. So Dhruv Jurel continues to be the only individual who is looking in confident touch. Others, when you look at it, I'm sorry, even KL Rahul now 2 innings, especially this second innings, I think represents the lowest point in KL Rahul's confidence. Out for 10, leaving a kind of a delivery that spun back in and hitting middle and leg, and it snuck through his legs. That is a really embarrassing dismissal for KL Rahul. So that is why a lot of questions will be asked. This is a huge crisis that we are looking at, because who is going to be the opener? Will Gill open and let all the others get one position up and you play another batter? But then that will ensure that your entire team composition goes alright. The batting composition looks alright. Look at what happened in Bengaluru. Kohli was promoted to number 3, but Kohli doesn't have a good record at number 3. He's predominantly on number 4. So that is why KL Rahul's dismissal now opens a big can of worms. What's going to happen now? India A, looking at it, are staring at the barrel yet again. They need a target in excess of 200 to even make Australia A sweat. But then this is the problem. India A might lose the unofficial tests 2-0. But what happens then? More questions. There will be more questions now because KL Rahul has not performed well. So, KL Rahul's embarrassing dismissal for 10 to Corey Rochiscioli, and of course, 73 for 5. Yet another top order disaster. And if you look at it, barring Boland, everybody else has taken wickets. Now, this is very embarrassing in that sense. So, McAndrew, Webster, Rochiscioli, all those who may not make it to the Australia playing 11, they all are ensuring that India is sweat. So that is why this shambolic batting display now needs to be looked at a broader picture. Everybody is like saying at this point, oh, it's a tour which is not meant to be considered seriously. But then I'm sorry, Siddharth Das, this is very, very serious at this point in time. It's no longer a picnic. I don't think any tour can be considered a picnic. And Rishabh is saying, why are you looking worried? I mean, if you are an Indian cricket supporter, you will be worried. Because see, you need to win 4-0 or 5-0 in Australia. I don't know where the confidence is coming that India will beat Australia 4-1 in an away series. The last time India won only 3 matches or more in a single series in a Sena country was New Zealand, 1968. Since then, you never won more than 2 test matches in a single series. This is an issue. So that is why it is going to be a big, why not Shubham Vibhag is saying, why not send Jaiswal and Sarfaraz to play these matches? They are playing first time in Australia. Well, decision's been made, my friend. They are going to play on the center wicket in those match simulations that you're going to have at the Waka. No intra-squad game, by the way. Only net sessions and intra-squad games. No kind of intra-squad full-fledged match. Only individual matchups, net sessions, center wicket match simulations in Perth to replicate Optus. So that is why this is looking like a huge fiasco indeed. Although the Australian cricket team are also not looking at their best at this stage, looking at how they are performing in the white ball leg against Pakistan, they are somehow scraped through in the first ODI, but in the second ODI, they are getting blasted out thanks to Haris Rauf. So let's see how that pans out. I'll be back shortly with what has gone in the Australia versus Pakistan encounter. And maybe there is a sliver of hope that yes, it could be good news for India, but not good news for KL Rahul. His dismissal is going to open a big debate in the coming days in the build-up to the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Don't forget to tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. Bye-bye.